Welcome back, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings. I am your host, Jeremy, here, as always, just dazed and confused with my Moby Dick in my hands as we have a celebration day as another Led Zeppelin part of this bracket gets to go forward. 3 hours and 48 minutes worth of music to talk about this week. Yeah, I know, shoot us now. But we test through it just so we can see the reactions of people's faces when their songs lose. And 4 more parts to go after this. Yay! But, of course, I have the usual participants in this bracket with me as always. My good friends and basically honorary musers at this point, Aaron, Phil, and Lisa from Yaha Podcast.
Hi.
Howdy-o.
Word.
Aaron, your excitement, it thrills me. And, of course, joining us as always is my co-host from the Asylum with Harley and Joker, Miss Harley Quinn herself.
Hi, everyone.
Well, folks, we ain't gonna leave you any excitement waiting here. Let's get this show
in honor
on.
of Chansey. In honor of Chansey.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
You don't know how much I miss that. You really don't. My buddy. But someday he'll be back. Someday, hopefully. But let's get this show on the road before I get all teary-eyed here thinking about my homie. But I'd pour one out for him, but I don't like to waste my drinks. But Aaron can start off the first matchup with the lowest ranked song in this part. Goddamn chickens. It's gonna
be 2 shit bags.
It's gonna maybe not. It's gonna be number 217 ranked. We're Gonna Groove alternate mix versus number 96 ranked No Quarter live at MSG 1973.
All right, so this is number 1 versus number 24.
You're number 1 to the first matchup? Holy shit.
Yeah, No Quarter.
Okay.
We're Gonna Groove's not too far from the original mix, but there's some weird like bass bomb that they drop, like one of those bow ticklers. It's kind of weird.
Bow tickler.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bow ticklers.
Oh, never mind. I know.
You know, part of me almost wishes I did do this on Restream just because I want to see what clips it pulls. But I'll find that out in a couple weeks because
StreamYard pulls clips too.
Not automatically.
Yeah, they do.
Not
That's
in the level
where I got all my clips from.
Not in the level I
even on the lives, yeah.
At the lowest
I
level,
pulled all my clips from the lives today.
Nice.
I'll look into that, but I've never seen that option available. But
yeah, it's there now.
You got to keep up with the Joneses, right? Restream's doing it.
Oh, if they want to raise their price to $400-something a fucking year, they better. But Harley, which way do you want to go? We're Gonna Groove or No Quota?
No Quota.
And shit. Actually, I know which way I'm going because we're gonna. This is my number. Actually, this is my number 20. This is actually my number 26 versus 23. So these are close for me. But No Quarter did get about 3 ahead because the last 2 minutes guitar is fucking phenomenal. So that's the only reason they got that high on the list. Even the beginning of it was kind of lackluster and slow moving. But
shreds.
That last 2 minutes fucking certainly does. It certainly does. But especially in this version at least. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I'm gonna throw one to We're Gonna Groove. I liked it just that much better.
What was that? You kind of broke out in the middle.
Oh, I'm gonna throw one to We're Gonna Groove.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
I just liked it a little better.
Yeah, they were close. They were close for me. They were close. And which way do you want to go, Phil?
Yeah, I like No Quarter, maybe one of the top 2 or 3 songs off of Song Remains the Same. So I'm going to go with No Quarter.
Ooh. Oh, and this next one's fun. And, well, fun in a horrible way. But Harley, you get started off. It's number 216 ranked Moby Dick, the Live in Paris 1969 version, versus number 95 ranked What Is and What Should Never Be from June 29th, 1969 Top Gear.
What is and shouldn't ever be.
Way to butcher the name, but yes, I got you.
Something like that.
Something like that. Well, okay. This is literally my number 33 versus my number 22. So, yeah. For Moby Dick Live in Paris, I gotta say, one of the worst live songs I've ever heard in my freaking life. It literally was like they took too much acid and forgot they were still recording. Like in the middle, they almost it seemed like in the middle, like they almost stopped playing completely for like a few minutes, and then they just jump back into it, like, oh shit, we're still live. But yeah, What Is and What Should Never Be was pretty good. I didn't hate it. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I am sticking with girl power. What is and what should never be. Mm-hmm. Which is not how I feel about girl power.
How is that girl
It should
power?
be. Girl power.
Because she's siding with
I'm
Harley.
siding with Harley.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got to follow the
That's
ball,
it.
Aaron.
It's bouncing.
My connection dropped for about 30 seconds.
Ouch.
And Phil, which way did you want to go, even though we have a winner?
Yeah, I agree that Moby Dick, it was more remarkable as like a historic record because that was really an early recording. But it really did sound bad. It sounded like somebody's tape deck or their little recorder if you get a Radio Shack or something. So I'm going to go with What Is and What Should Never Be. I love that song through and through. The doo-wop at the end of it's pretty cool. That's kind of a cool outro. I'm going to go with What Is and What Should Never Be.
And which way did you want to go, Aaron?
I did have a note for this version of Moby Dick. The recording quality is shite. The drumming is excellent. And I love Bonham shouting at the end. Moby Dick, number 19. What Is and What Should Never Be from the BBC Sessions, number 13.
We have a sweep then, folks. As we damn well should. We damn well fucking should, because now my lowest ranked song is out of this shit finally. And that means that the next matchup can start off by me. Ooh, interesting one. Actually, I'm not happy about this, but it's going to be number 215 ranked Four Hands, Four Sticks, the Bombay Orchestra version, versus number 94 ranked Whole Lot of Love from the June 29th, 1969 Top Gear version. And I gotta fucking find these on my list, Steven. There's too many of the same fucking things in here. Actually, okay, this is my number 6 versus where's my number 24? Oh, actually, no, that's the other version. Versus my number 29. So yeah, I didn't like that whole Olive version. The other version on this is a lot better. But for some reason, I love the Bombay Orchestra versions of songs they did. I don't know why. I just think that the Indian instruments really tie into that music so well. Especially the Four Hands, Four Sticks. Like, it really ties into it so perfectly. But which way did you want to go, Lisa?
Whole Lot of Love all the way. I found the instrumental orgasm interesting.
And Phil?
And I found the instrumental sticks to be instrumental sticks. Okay. Excuse me.
I don't know. I dug it.
I know. We
I dug it.
disagree.
Well,
We have to agree to disagree.
Maybe you're in the same camp with CJ because this is an instrumental, so there's no Robert Plant on it.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's basically it falls into the That Ain't Zeppelin category, and it's just above the O2 bullshit.
Mm.
Well, I don't really think the O2 is bullshit, Aaron. But I guess we can talk about
Agree
that
to disagree.
on one of those on the table. So, yeah, I agree that it's not up to snuff. But anyway, I don't really care for the four hands, four sticks version too much. Although it is an inferior version, a whole lot of love, but I'm gonna go with a whole lot of love.
And which way do you want to go, Aaron?
Which whole lot of love is it? I dropped again for a minute.
Top Gear.
The BBC sessions, or the song remains the same?
BBC sessions.
Okay.
629.
Yeah, that's the one where Paige hasn't quite mastered the airplane sound live yet. He's just like
Mhm.
Whole Lot of Love, number 15, Bombay Orchestra, number 31.
Ooh, no love for Bombay.
Oh,
But,
that means one.
It's 'cause
It
it's
does.
shit.
Mhm.
But which way did you want to go, Harley?
Whole lot of love.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this
And
out.
my number 6 is fucking gone. But which means that Lisa gets to start off the next matchup, and it's going to be number 214 ranked. Everybody makes it through in the light, the rough mix, versus number 93 ranked, going to California, mandolin guitar mix.
I found Everybody Makes It Through to be sweet, and I sweetly vote for that.
And Phil?
Yeah, that version of In the Light, that with the lyrics going over the intro, that's quite different on the song that ended up on Physical Graffiti. I don't like that too much. I don't know. It's weird. It might, it just sounds, it just doesn't sound right to me. So I'm going to go with, was it Going to California, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, going to California.
Yeah, with no lyrics.
Yeah. I'm still going to edge out. I love In the Light, so I don't like this version of In the Light. So I'm going to go with Going to California. Sounds like a bong hit to begin, which is kind of cool.
And Aaron?
Number 29 and number 30 here.
Jesus.
My notes for the In the Light rough mix: the extra keyboards are bad. The lyrics suck. I'm glad they changed it. My notes for the other one are: seriously, no lyrics. Fuck this. Number 29, the In the Light, snipped it.
And Harley?
In the light.
Oh, well, I don't get a tiebreaker on this one, but that's okay because it would have been the same outcome. This is
moving on.
This is actually my number 5 versus number 25. So yeah, the last 2 minutes of Everybody Makes It Through is fucking incredible. Like, I thought the last 2 minutes of it was fucking incredible when they finally started going heavy at the end.
Wait till you hear In the Light.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when we get there. But they never performed never performed this song live, really. So they would only do the intro and replace it with where they would use the intro as a replacement for an intro for another song. But that was it, according to what I read about this. So, but that means Everybody Makes It Through moves on, or makes it through, I should say. And the next matchup gets started off by Phil. It's number 213 ranked The Crunge, rough mix, keys up, going against number 92 ranked Carouselambra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aaron made some good points about the studio versions, the versions that were actually settled on that made it to was it 9 studio albums before Coda? That was a good argument. But in this case, I just dislike Carouselambra enough that the Crunge rough mix beats it out by a hair. I just don't like Carouselambra that much. That's technically a good song. I just don't care for it, although I do appreciate Bonzo's drumming on it. It was on point with drumming.
But so you're giving it to the Crunge?
The Crunge, yeah.
But where's that confounded bridge, though? Where is it?
I'm just trying to find the bridge.
Yeah, the ending
You
of that
guys
made me
seen the
laugh.
bridge?
The ending of that made me laugh. But Aaron, which way you want to go?
Yeah, the Crunge is going to lose to the real Crunge. Carouselambra, my notes are pretty much like Phil's. Bonham's drums sound great in the remaster. Take of the fruit, but guard the seed. This is Carouselambra's 23, the Crunge Rough Mix 20, or Carouselambra's 20, Crunge Rough Mix is 23.
Oh, Carouselambra gets a vote. And Harley?
Yep.
With 2 carousels, 1 crunch.
And, well, I'll put it this way. It's my number 18 versus my number 2. I fucking love Carouselambra. I think it's one of the best Zeppelin songs I ever heard, honestly. I love the carnival feel to it. I like the carnival feel to it. Maybe that's a Juggalo thing, but I like the carnival feel. So I don't know. I never heard it until it was in the last part of this bracket or the first part of this bracket, where the hell it was, and I was waiting to get to the original version of it, and the original version of it kicks ass. So I'm going with Carouselambra, obviously, and the Crunge. Besides the freaking lines at the end, I didn't think it was that good a song. This version, at least. Maybe the original.
Did you actually say that Carouselambra is one of your favorite Led Zeppelin songs? Is that...
Yes, I did.
I heard that too.
It's got a few in front of it. Don't get me wrong, but
It's Lisa's Carouselambra.
In case you're wondering what I'm voting, we had 3 full boxes of carousels just to pack up one of my collection shelves.
Jesus. Well, Lisa, is that the way you're going?
Yep, of course.
Which means Carouselambra moves on.
Not to put my foot on the neck of Crunch.
Oh fuck! I actually just realized. I actually just realized if this next matchup goes the way it does, I'm gonna be fucked in the next round. But that means that this matchup gets started off by Aaron, and it's number 212. You Shook Me from the April 14th, 69 Rhythm and Blues session. Going against number 91 ranked Stairway to Heaven Sunset Sound Mix.
Number 25 versus number 28. You Shook Me. I've heard plenty of better versions is my note, and one of the better versions is on this playlist. Stairway to Heaven had weird spacey echoes, and I definitely prefer the OG mix.
Well, the OG mix is the number 1 ranked song.
I had You Shook Me's 25 and Stairway to Heaven's 28.
Yep, You Shook Me gets a vote. But Harley, which way you want to go?
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, this is my number 28 versus my number 1. Because I don't care what
lose to the real Stairway to Heaven.
It may eventually if it actually won this part and then beat the winner of every other part till we get to the last part of this, but it's highly unlikely to get that.
In best case, it would lose to its own superior version of itself.
And that's okay.
I personally, I don't care what version it is. Stairway to Heaven is one of the top 10 songs ever created. It's fucking legendary. Everybody knows that fucking song, whether they know who Zeppelin is or not. Everybody knows that damn song.
You like the Dred Zeppelin version?
CJ was telling me the other day I should listen to Dred Zeppelin because of what they are, and I may have to go down that road one day and listen to their stuff. But he said he was telling me about who it is and like how it's like a reggae version of Zeppelin.
Yeah.
With a wannabe Elvis. So,
they recently had a documentary put out about them, I think.
Well, I gotta see that. That could be good.
But yeah, I'm definitely voting for Stairway to Heaven because I really couldn't hear too many differences in this one in the original version, but it was still Stairway to Heaven. It's still as soon as the fucking guitar
headphones on, if they're doing weird shit in your left ear, it's like an echo right to left after every note.
I had headphones on for most of this yesterday. Well, at least the 12, 13 songs I can get through.
Trying to ruin Stairway to Heaven is what they're doing.
But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
I gotta go with You Shook Me. I noted the hollowness of some of the sound, but Stairway to Heaven, it's just
And I mean, I didn't like the rhythm and blues version of You Shook Me. I didn't like it. It didn't seem like
mine's really R&B.
Yeah, it didn't seem like the right version for that, like the right melody for that song ever. But I mean, they do what they do. But that means that Phil is the tiebreaker for the first tiebreaker of this part so far.
Well, I felt like the Stairway version. I guess I didn't detect the defects the way Aaron did. And as familiar as it is, and as much as I tend to bypass it when it's on the radio or something, I mean, it's so familiar, so unbelievably familiar. I still felt like, the guitar solo in it, you can't take points away from the fact the guitar solo in it at the end of the song is fucking amazing. It's fucking mind blowing. And whether it's the studio version or this one, and also the production values I thought were much better than the version of You Shook Me. So for now, I'm going to go with Stairway.
Which means the moment I actually kind of dread it has come to pass, because it'll be my number 2 versus my number 1 in the next round. So fuck me. But oh well, I'll deal with that when I get to it. But I may have to transcend my own rankings on that one and see what happens. But we'll see what it comes down to.
One of those
but that means
Carouselambra, though.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be Carouselambra versus Stairway to Heaven. But that means the next matchup gets started by Harley, and we're almost done with this half. But it's number 211 ranked In the Evening, Rough Mix, versus number 90 ranked Good Times, Bad Times, live at O2 Arena in London.
In the Evening.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going the same way if I fucking find the other one is my list even. Actually, they're pretty damn close. Actually, are they? Is it? Oh yeah, it's my number. It's my number 4 versus my number 8. So I mean, I actually that Good Times Bad Times is actually the best O2 version of any song I've heard so far in this bracket. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was nice and heavy, and you could hear everything clearly actually. But
it's like being the best cat turd in the litter box, though.
Well, there's something to be said for that cat turd, Aaron. But yeah.
Oh my God, we should show the picture.
That's so. Lawrence Hedges said the O2 Arena was sort of a generic name for a lot of different arenas throughout England. But now Aaron has pointed out that the one that Led Zeppelin played in was the litter box. So now we know which one it was. Sure.
But yeah, I enjoyed the live in the evening a couple parts ago, but
see if I can show you guys this picture. My idiot cat can't quite make it into the litter box. He is not the brightest tool in the shed.
Oh yeah, that's a little dookie sitting on top of the litter box.
Yeah.
Rather than in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe in her next life she'll be smarter.
It takes a lot of effort. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure she can't be dumber.
We had to get a bigger litter box for our male Siamese because his poops were all. We had to get a larger litter box for the male Siamese because his poops were always falling over the edge.
Yeah.
This thing is the largest one, like it's that extra large metal one, because we have a 20-pound behemoth and our 10-pound idiot can't figure it out.
That idiot.
She knows she's in the litter box because all 4 feet are in there. It's just her butt. So she just has absolutely no sense of perspective. Just none.
But yeah, I will say that version of In the Evening is fucking amazing.
And starts the next one.
As soon as that guitar hits after he gets done with the word evening, it's just fucking magical. So yeah, I'm happy to vote.
Wait a minute.
But Lisa, is it In the Evening or Good Times Bad Times O2 Arena version?
Well, In the Evening evokes for me. I have to go with Good Times Bad Times. It kept my attention.
It was nice and heavy, I will say. But which way you want to go, Phil?
So like I said last episode, Lisa and I went to the cinema to see the O2 Arena show in 2007, I guess it was. And, it's not Led Zeppelin. Mooney was right. Aaron's right about that. It's not Led Zeppelin, but at least it's Jason. At least it's Bonzo's son, Jason, who's a very good drummer in his own right. And I kind of got chills when I heard the lead in to Good Times, Bad Times when it started. I thought they did, for some old guys, I felt like they put on a really good show. It kind of sucks that it was such a lottery to get in there, and so many celebrities kind of just stole all the opportunities to see that version of the band one last time. But that said, I'm going within the evening. I like the preamble. It's a little different than the one that finally ended up on Into the Outdoor? Is that right?
In the outdoor, and through the outdoor. Yeah,
it's a little bit different, but the vocals are clear on this version. It's a great, I love In the Evening. It's a really good song.
And I will say that was one of the best album names of all time, Into the Outdoor. But little backdoor action. But Aaron,
came in a
which way
brown paper bag too, that album.
Right.
Of course it did. But Aaron, which way would you have gone?
Did I go?
No, Harley started that one
I
out.
thought he started it.
No, Harley started that one out.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
He started out the previous one.
I froze, didn't I?
Maybe.
Yes.
One of them's number 32. The O2 one ain't Zeppelin. In the Evening, I have it number 26. My notes are the intro sucks. Music isn't up to snuff with the OG version, and there's weird keyboard fills, but you can hear Plant's vocals very clearly here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. And both those songs actually.
I lost track.
We're on the same matchup. We're on the same matchup still, but
Okay.
that means no, it was not a sweep. Lisa voted for Good Times, Bad Times, but I get to start off the first the play-in for this part, and it's going to be number 209 ranked Celebration Day, the alternate mix, versus number 89 ranked Immigrant Song Live 1972. And yeah, this is my number 17 versus my number 20. I wasn't a huge fan of either of these. But Celebration Day did kind of sneak its way past that version of Immigrant Song. That version of Immigrant Song is very staticky and very hard to understand what he's saying in parts of it. So I mean, it wasn't a great live recording. I mean, when we get to the OG Immigrant Song, I'm sure it's gonna fucking sweep through a lot of the rounds. But
yeah,
I'm going with Celebration Day on this version. Which way you want to go, Lisa?
Okay, so my ranking is, of course, 1 through 10. And these two are 5.1 and 5. So I'm going to have to go with Celebration Day, even though it's one note musically, because my comment on the Immigration Song is eh. So Celebration Day.
And Phil?
I think it's a really good version. For a live version that's that old, I thought it was a really good version of Immigrant Song. I think they put their best foot forward when they played that, and they played it often during the early part of their career. Love the Viking imagery and all that stuff. The album version, of course, is better. So I'm going to go with Celebration Day. I love the way in Celebration Day, the sound, like the rubber band sound that Page was able to produce, that riff. I have no idea how you do that. Maybe it's something simple, but it impresses the hell out of me. I love that kind of rubber band, kind of expanding, contracting, and the lyrics are cool. You talk about Robert Plant, his vocal range is on full display on that song, at least on the studio version, at least. But Celebration
studio version.
This is the alternate mix, but Aaron, Aaron, which way do you want to go? Even though Celebration Day is moving on.
Immigrant Song number 10, Celebration Day alternate mix number 27. That How the West Was Won is the best live version of the Immigrant Song. And that version of Celebration Day has weird spacey echoes again, and I prefer the OG mix.
Well, and Harley, which way would you have gone?
Celebration Song.
Way to combine the two of them together.
So,
But that means that we have made our final matchup in this half of round one.
so what got eliminated? Immigrants?
Immigrant Song is eliminated.
Yep,
It was
Immigrant Songs
pulled
eliminated.
Okay.
But that means the final matchup in this half of round one is number 210 ranked I Can't Quit You Baby, the April 14, 69 Rhythm and Blues session versus number 209 ranked Celebration Day alternate mix. And it gets started off by Lisa.
I can't quit you, baby, and I'd rather quit Celebration Day.
Okay. And Bill?
Celebration Day.
And Aaron?
I Can't Quit You Baby, that version, very muddy sound, but a good performance. And I like the I buy you fur coats for Christmas and a diamond ring stuff he threw in. It's pretty cool. That's number 22, and Celebration Day is number 27, Spacey Echo.
And Harley?
I Can't Quit You, Baby.
I know. But yet you just might have with that fucking choice. But, because, this is my number 31 versus, where the fuck is, number 17. So, literally, Celebration Day was halfway up the freaking list compared to that one. But I just wasn't a fan of any of the rhythm and blues session stuff on this part. But, as Chancey would probably say, you just don't like fucking R&B, but which is true to some degree. But that means the first half of round one is over, and that Phil gets to start off the other side of round one, and it's going to be number 156 ranked Moby Dick Live 1972 versus number 40 ranked How Many More Times? Which, I mean, how many more times would you hear Moby fucking Dick in this bracket? I swear to God.
We're going to hear it this time because I'm going with How Many More Times. Love that song. Just relentless. That song's relentless. It's, it's a rocker. It's not a rocker or a mocker. It's a banger. It's a banger.
So which one are you going with?
How Many More Times?
Okay, good. And Aaron, which way did you go?
How Many More Times is number 3. Moby Dick, How the West Was Won is number 18. That version of Moby Dick has some We're Gonna Groove beats in it, which is kind of cool. But I love How Many More Times, and it ends with The Hunter.
And Harley, which way you want to go?
Willie Dixon.
How Many More Times?
Thank the fucking Lord, because this is literally my number 32 versus my number 15. And for this version of Moby Dick, I literally had a lot of notes. Main one being too many fucking drugs. What are we trying to do? Summon King Kong here? And it literally was reminiscent of the scene in George of the Jungle where Brendan Fraser plays drums with the band. Like, it literally seems like that's what happened on stage. But, I freaking hate it. It was the better version.
Jungle.
It's a good movie, but it was a better version of Moby Dick on this part, but only because the two were songs in this whole part. But, which way would you have gone?
The one with John Cleese as the talking ape?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and actually, a little known story, maybe, I don't know. Brendan Fraser actually did hit one of the trees while swinging one time.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
He
there was
refused. He refused to get stuntman. Yeah.
And
But
he was sexy AF in that one.
Hey, I don't want to sabotage the show, but our friend Ken, Aaron, he refused to hire a tree man about 2 weeks ago and wound up falling out of a 30-foot tree. He wanted me to come help him do that. And I told him,
no,
I'm not going to be part of that. So Ken got up on a 30-foot tree with a chainsaw, was sawing down this branch for his
30-foot ladder. Mm-hmm.
And he said, and when they cut the branch, the thing swung around, knocked the ladder out, knocked him over onto the top of a trailer.
And the guy that was supposed to be holding the ladder, if he'd actually been holding the ladder, which he apparently wasn't,
like Ken wanted me to do,
he would have gotten hit by the branch.
I would have been brained. Anyway, that story doesn't mean anything.
How's Ken?
He got like some bruises on his forearm.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't be telling the story if he had met his maker or something. He did hurt himself though. We'd have led with Ken died in a tree.
Yeah. Or died falling.
You dropped the chainsaw. That wasn't part of that. Didn't factor into his injuries.
Was it a full chainsaw or the little mini?
He probably had his. I don't know if he had his little handheld chainsaw. Probably the little one.
Yeah. Because Cheryl and I got Philip and Ken the mini chainsaws at around the same time.
So it's your fault.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Whose turn is it? This was separate and individual.
It was all him, believe me. He told me he wasn't going to do it, and he went ahead and did it anyway.
Right. Okay, Moby Dick is gone.
Yeah, Moby Dick is gone officially. I'm pretty sure from this part completely. But that means that the next matchup gets started off by y'all made me lose fucking track now. But then okay, the next matchup gets started off by Aaron, I'm pretty sure. And it's number 155 ranked That's the Way, January 4th, 1971 Paris Theater version versus number 39 ranked Bring It On Home.
BBC Sessions version versus Bring It On Home Studio. Bring It On Home number 6. That's the Way, that version number 21. And both of my notes are about John Paul Jones. Bring It On Home, John Paul Jones is bassing. This is Sublime. And you got to dig Plant's harmonica and lyrics, High and Low. And on That's the Way, John Paul Jones on mandolin. But Bring It On Home, number 6.
And Harley?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, this is my number 31 versus number 11. So, yeah, Bring It On Home was definitely the better song. I wasn't that big of... I want to hear the original version of That's the Way because I'm not a big fan of that version at all. It just wasn't a good song. But Bring It On Home was phenomenal. I thought it was going to be higher, actually, but it got knocked out a bunch of times throughout the bracket. So, throughout this part. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Oh, Bring It On Home. I literally fell asleep while That's the Way was playing.
It's very possible. Yeah. But,
and that's hard rock. So,
and
hard rock, is it?
I wouldn't call That's the Way hard rock.
No, well, that's what I mean.
I'd say it's more stoner rock.
Well, that explains it.
But
maybe I should have been stoned.
I love it. I love That's the Way. It is a departure for them, though. It's very folksy, and with the mandolin, and very much in line with the Zeppelin 3 motif, kind of. But Bring It On Home was my ringtone. The guitar, when they come out of the rhythmic portion of the song, and then
you have said words, and I smile.
That was that's one of the nastiest, best riffs in the whole Zeppelin catalog. I don't know if it's number one, but it's right there. And I love the way
they use it to open Black Dog, right, in concert.
Yeah, they do. But I love that riff. So it's got to be.
And so, Phil, we're gonna have a sweep here.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, like, what the?
Right. Yes.
I was gonna say, what the hell's that noise? But
It's me grabbing the broom.
but that's 2 sweeps in a row, folks, and we'll see if it continues because Harley gets to start the next matchup, and it's gonna be number 154 ranked. That's the Way live 1972 versus number 38 ranked Living Loving Maid. She's Just a Woman.
Living, loving.
Maid.
Yeah, that
Versus That's the Way, 1972.
She's just a woman.
Yeah, this is my number 21 versus my number 3. Living Loving Maid. I don't know if I ever heard that before, actually, but I was relatively impressed with that song a lot. So I will gladly vote for it. That's the Way. I wasn't a fan of that version either, really. I mean, it was definitely the better version of on this part, but I just wasn't that big a fan of it. Is That's the Way? Does the beginning of that song kind of sound like Booker T and the MG's Green Onions?
Thank you.
No.
I'm thinking of a different song. I think I'm thinking of a different song on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the way.
I don't know. Maybe I thought it was similar, but which way you want to go, Lisa?
I gotta go That's the Way.
And Phil?
It made me, it really tugged the heartstrings.
I mean, you really like this version compared.
The other version put you to sleep, and this one tugged your heartstrings. Okay.
I know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of difference.
1 year's difference made a difference.
To the discriminating music fan.
Yeah, that's me.
So I'm going with I love That's the Way. I love this version too. I love the guitar, the acoustic guitar of it. It demonstrates the diversity of the band, that they can write a great song like this and they can write a great song like Black Dog, too. But I'm going to edge it out with Living Loving Maid. It's about, it's kind of tells a story of their groupies at the time. And when you hear it's kind of a disconnect when you don't hear Heartbreaker come on right after it. And isn't there, like, if you get the album on this,
Heartbreaker should be before it, yeah.
Yeah, Heartbreaker should be before it. So it's weird when you hear it without them together. And I would assume some people probably think they're the same song. But, Living Loving Maid.
Which means Living Loving Maid's moving on, but which way would you have gone, Aaron?
Yeah, Living Loving Maid's number 4. That version of That's the Way's number 14. My notes for Living Loving Maid: should not be separated from Heartbreaker. What is this, an 8-track?
Philip wrote that too.
Well, it's so common to hear it one way than when you hear it different.
But that means that the next matchup gets started off by me, and it's number 153 ranked Misty Mountain Hop live at MSG 1973 versus number 37 ranked The Rover. And this is my number 16 versus my number 7, so they're both decently high up, but The Rover definitely takes it. I like Misty Mountain Hop, but that version was just, I don't know, there's something about it I just didn't particularly like too much. I think it just got knocked down by other better songs, honestly. I really had no complaints about it, but which way do you want to go, Lisa?
As Philip put it, the discerning music lover that I am, I like Misty Mountain Hop better. So 1-1.
I mean, I do like that Misty Mountain is a Hobbit reference, so but
it doesn't actually have much hop in it.
Hobbit.
Oh, Hobbit.
Okay.
It says hop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I was looking for doo-wop, hop at the hop. Yeah.
No, but Misty Mountains, it's most commonly believed that they were referencing Lord of the Rings because the Hobbit.
That makes sense. He was obsessed with them.
But which way you want to go, Phil?
You're gonna get Jeremy calling him Led Zeppelin again. On the first show, Aaron, Jeremy, I don't mean to bring up that, but I mean, in the first show, he thought that Led Zeppelin was a person. So,
I think I told Aaron that. I think I told Aaron.
Favorite song.
Yeah, we're beyond that now, though. So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aaron's not surprised by that. But so which way you want to go, Phil? Misty Mountain Hop or the Rover?
I'm going to go with the Rover's awesome. That's such a great song. Misty Mountain Hop, the studio version is too, but I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember if Misty Mountain Hop made the film or not. Did it? It might have been in there.
Oh, the movie?
But, yeah. I know it was on the soundtrack, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I think it did, but just a really short clip.
Yeah. I just love the lyrics. I know that the trip is just a fall. I used to rock it. I used to roll it. Always knew what it was for. The sleazy guitar, just really dirty guitar. It's really great. Fucking great song.
Well, Aaron, which way you want to go? Misty Mountain Hop or Rover?
This is number 2 versus number 5.
Oh shit!
The Rover takes it. You got me rocking when I ought to be rolling, darling. And
yeah, I like that. I like that line. But which way would you have gone, Harley?
Okay, so I would have gone with Misty Mountain Hop because of the fact that my husband calls me a hobbit all the time. And he even made a hobbit, basically a dwarf character, a gnome off of World of Warcraft, and named it after my growing up nickname. And I want to stab him every time he plays that game, but on a different note, that's why.
Well, that's good. It's a good reason.
So, I mean, it still goes down, but
it goes down, but it had a fighting chance actually, and well, almost
the real Misty.
But that means that Lisa gets to start the next matchup, and it's number 152 ranked Dazed and Confused, live from the O2 Arena in London, going against number 36 ranked The Battle of Evermore.
okay. I got Dazed and Confused as manly, and Battle of Evermore is fantasy, and you know what? I'm going with Evermore. Mm-hmm.
And Phil, which way did you go?
Well, even though it doesn't really evoke any kind of occult lyrics, or it doesn't really paint a picture with lyrics of the occult or anything, it does with sound. I mean, this song, The Battle of Evermore, sounds kind of witchy, creepy, in the best sense of the word. They brought in Sandy Denny to help sing the chorus, which was very haunting. The mandolin is just a very mystical song. It's really up there in my estimation. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with The Battle of Evermore.
And Aaron?
Aaron has temporarily stepped away.
Oh.
That's startling. Alien.
Goddamn. Oh, there he is. You
So
back?
it's Battle of Evermore versus what?
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused live at O2.
So Dazed and Confused at O2 is number 33. That ain't Zeppelin Man. And Sandy Denny is number 8.
So that's 3.
Battle of Evermore moves on, but Harley, which way would you have gone?
She died at like 30.
Yeah.
Fell down a flight of steps.
Wow.
So that's 4. Jeremy, is it a sweep?
These were actually close in my rankings, very close. It was 10 versus 12 for me, basically. Dazed and Confused at O2 Arena is actually one of the best versions I've heard on this bracket so far. And I mean, the middle drags for a few minutes, but the 7-minute point on is just fire for the rest of the song. Like they just really rock it.
You lost me.
They really rock it out the rest of the song. But Battle of Evermore, I did have 2 higher, so it is a sweep because Battle of Evermore is a freaking amazing song, and I like when Led Zeppelin went kind of fancy with it.
Yeah,
but
more Hobbit stuff too.
I mean, Led Zeppelin opened the door for a lot of power metal and symphonic metal bands to go into that realm. So you gotta love it. But
Aaron,
that means
Aaron, don't you feel like that song kind of fits in, just sonically kind of fits in with the whole Aleister Crowley type? I mean, the lyrics aren't necessarily occultish or anything like that, but you kind of blank out
the way they sound. Yeah,
it's haunting. I mean, it's really the sonic effect is really great. Anyway, sorry about that.
Which means that the next matchup gets started off by Phil, and it's number 151 ranked, the Bronnier Stomp Live 1972 versus number 35 ranked, the Lemon Song.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Lemon Song. It's kind of the bluesiest of the blue, it's got the iconic "Squeeze My Lemon" lyric in it that Plant tends to go to, other areas too. That was kind of risque at the time. The samples of Killing Floor. But, we talked about all the shit that they ripped off. Well, it's not like they took full songs and ripped them off. They would take sections of Robert Johnson and Sonny Boy Williamson songs, and they kind of fit them into, especially the earlier albums.
Well, they ripped off Dazed and Confused.
Yeah. Well, possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
Not okay. The whole song. Yeah.
You're right. But anyway.
At the point.
So yeah, I'm going to go with the Lemon Song.
Yeah.
And Aaron, which way you want to go?
Lemon Song 16, and that Bronnier Stomp, How the West Was Won version 17. I do dig the bass line on that live version of Bronnier Stomp. But in my only note from the Lemon Song is Till the Juice Runs Down My Leg.
That's it. Yeah, that's the other part of it.
And Harley, which way do you want to go?
The Lemon one.
Which means the Lemon Song is moving on. As for me, well, actually, before I announce that, I actually got to show this off because Harley got me an early Father's Day present with my Dadalorian cup.
Nice. Cool. Very well done there, Harley.
Like a dad, but just way cooler. See, also handsome and exceptional. So, she nailed it. But,
Sweet.
and, because I am the best dad in the galaxy.
That helped soothe your wounds after the brutal takedown of the roast last week.
Oh, if it would have been so much more, it would have been so much more brutal if Chancey could have been there. It would have been so much more brutal.
Understood.
Oh God, he roasted me on a daily basis.
Or even what is his name? Michael Colby.
Oh, if Michael Colby came on, I honestly might have left in tears. It would have been brutal. It would have been so bad. He would go further than Chancey.
Michael Colby goes for the jugular.
Well, I've been on with him a couple times, at least once, and yes, he does tend to give you some shit. I noticed that.
It's his podcast.
That's why I like having Michael Colby on the show, but he's so busy with his own shows.
Yeah, he's a busy man. But But yeah, as far as this matchup goes, this is my number 9 versus my number 13. I actually had the Bronnier Stomp 72 version a few higher, so I would have voted for that because the Lemon Song is a good song, but I like that version of the Stomp. Like, you can hear the audience getting into it in that fucking version, and I fucking love that. Like, I can imagine being at that concert just fucking out my mind on something and going crazy with that song. But which way would you have gone?
That song's about a dog, right?
Blue-eyed Merle. Yeah.
Is it?
I like the down harm part
he
of
calls
the
his name at the end,
song.
doesn't he? Go Strider.
Yeah, I think so.
So it was 3-2.
Also from Lord of the Rings.
The
So-
Lemon song works.
Bron-Y-Aur, that's where they went and wrote Led Zeppelin 3, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like another cottage in the English countryside. They went and,
Or Scottish.
And there's the Bron
That's a
the
Scottish name.
Bron-Y-Aur stomp, and then there's the Bron-Ear-R. It's Y-R. And it's, yeah,
probably a bastardization of the same thing.
maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe not.
The R is silent, but that means we're only 2 matchups away from the end of round 1, and the next matchup gets started off by.
Phil?
No, Phil started that one,
Oh.
so that gets started off by Aaron, and it's number 150 ranked "You Shook Me" from August 10th, 1969 Playhouse Theater version versus number 34, the Bron-Y-Aur Stomp remaster OG version.
Is it August 10th or October 8th?
I honestly don't know. The way the fucking London, the way that Europe does the backwards dates fucking throws me off when they're not numbers that can't be months.
And you said against the OG Bron-Y-Aur stomp?
Yeah, OG Bron-Y-Aur
Yeah.
Stomp.
It's number 11 versus number 12. This might be the best version of "You Shook Me." I think Plant came in his dungarees at the end. Number 11, "You Shook Me." Number 12, Bron-Y-Aur stomp.
And Harley,
You shook me.
I try, but that means I mean, oh god, this is actually my number 27 versus my number 19. So yeah, they were kind of close, but this was actually not the live version of Bron-Y-Aur Stomp on this playlist was better than the remaster version in my opinion, but it's still better than "You Shook Me" that version at least. But so yeah, but Lisa, which way you want to go?
You shook me.
So it moves on.
You know, every time I hear "You Shook Me," I expect it to be followed by "All Night Long."
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I don't disagree. I feel like that version of "You Shook Me" would beat the Led Zeppelin version.
I grew up on the ACD. I grew up on the AC/DC version of it, so yeah.
Right.
But
Right. Mhm.
Well, it gets around the same,
eventually.
Yeah.
But which way did you want to go, Phil?
I agree with all of you that recognize this is a really good version of "You Shook Me." Plant really stretches out. Speaking of which, "You shook me all night long." You know, he really stretches that out.
Oh.
Right, and the guitar is really heavy, really heavy. So I do like that quite a bit, but I'm going to edge it out with Bron-Y-Aur Stomp remaster.
Well,
So "You Shook Me" moves on.
Yep, three to it moves on, but that means that the final matchup in round 1 gets started off by Harley, and it's number 149 ranked "Whole Lotta Love" live at MSG 1973 versus the highest ranked song in this part of the bracket, number 33 ranked "The Song Remains the Same" OG version.
The song remains the same.
Yeah, I gotta find. Hold on. Oh, that's you. Okay, there it is. Yeah, this is my number 24 versus my number 14. So I thought "Song Remains the Same" was a better song out of these two, even though I didn't. "Song Remains the Same" is in my top 10, but it was the better out of these two. It definitely wasn't. That's not the. Yeah, actually, okay. I guess it was the highest version of "Whole Lotta Love" on this. Maybe the only version. I don't know. Oh no, not the only version.
Not the
It was
only
the highest
version.
version. It was the highest version I had of "Whole Lotta Love." But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Yep.
"Song Remains the Same,"
Mm-hmm.
and that means "The Song Remains the Same" moves forward. But which way would you have gone, Phil?
Well, I mean, the "Whole Lotta Love" version is a really good stretch of that "Song Remains the Same" soundtrack. And Aaron actually sang the part, gotta let that boy boogie woogie. Did the boogie woogie the last. That's a really good, that's an awesome, musically, I just love that part of the "Song Remains the Same." But
Shake it, baby, shake one time for Elvis.
yeah, when they say that they were off that night, what I know is the film was recorded in a series of nights, right? It was like 2 or 3 nights. They took all the best sections of those 3 nights and put it together. But they say it's like a bad night. They put all that shit together right. You know, that fucking soundtrack is really good for a live album for the most part. That said, The Song Remains the Same is like demonstrates everything that's almost perfect about Zeppelin. You know, it's all their talents are on full display. I love the way it's like a journey. I love the way it starts so suddenly. It kicks off Houses of the Holy, which is like a transitional record from them, because you got Zeppelin 1, 2, and 3, and 4, which is all like part comprised of an era. But House of the Holy was completely different. It wasn't as bluesy. It was harder rock. It was more arena rock, I guess.
Okay.
And this song is, you know, it's the highest ranked song in the
4 to none.
Isn't the first song on the album?
Yeah. First song on House of the Holy.
So which way you going, Phil?
Song remains the same.
And
Song remains the same.
Aaron, finish out round 1. Which way would you have gone?
Song Remains the Same, number 7. That great version of Whole Lotta Love, number 9.
Which means that round 1 is
Ends with the
official.
sweep.
Yes, it does. Round 1 ends with a sweep and is officially over. We made
Glenn
through
is
every
in
song.
the chat.
Oh God,
Hi,
help us all.
Glenn.
What's up, Glenn?
Is he here? Is he here again just to see Harley's Pussycat? But that means that I get to start off round 2. Oh boy, and it's gonna start off with number 96 ranked No Quarter Alive at MSG 73 versus number 95 ranked What Is and What Should Never Be June 29th 69 Top Gear. And no, where the hell's No Quarter? Oh, actually, okay.
It's like the third track on the list.
So, okay, this is actually my number 23 versus my number 22. So I actually have to go for What Is and What Should Never Be on this one. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
Yep.
And Phil?
No Quarter.
And Aaron?
Number 1, No Quarter. Number 13, What Is and What Should Never Be. No Quarter. It's no Carouselambra, but
Of course. And there you go, Harley. Sport Cat makes them all purr.
I'm not familiar with the
Reference?
Yeah. But
well,
I need to tune in, I guess.
He was talking about Harley's Pussycat again, but
Got it.
which Harley, that means you're the tiebreaker. So which way you want to go? No Quarter or What Is and What Should Never Be?
No Quarter.
You ain't got no quarter to get away from these jokes, sweetie. But that means No Quarter is moving on into the quarterfinals. But that means the next matchup is going to start off by Lisa, and it's Whole Lotta Love Top Gear version versus Everybody Makes It Through in the Light rough mix.
Okay, Everybody Makes It Through for me.
And Phil?
Yeah, nothing beats the stereophonic wizardry of the studio version of Whole Lotta Love. But while this is not as good, I have it edging out the lesser version of In the Light.
And Aaron?
Yeah, I have it kicking the shit out of the lesser version of In the Light. Number 15 versus 29.
Actually, that's kind of funny. But I'll tell you why in a minute. But Harley, which way you want to go?
It was A Whole Lot of Love, and what else?
Everybody Makes It Through in the Light.
A Whole Lot of Love.
Fucking Christ. Okay, the reason that was funny, Aaron, is because Whole Lot of Love is my number 29, and Everybody Makes It Through is my number 5. So yeah, but reverse rankings there for you. But yeah, I would have gone with Everybody Makes It Through in the light because I love the fucking guitar on that rough mix.
It's no Carouselambra.
But it definitely isn't. It's a couple down actually. But well, speaking of that, here's the matchup I've been dreading, and it's going to get started off by Phil. Yeah, Phil, and it's Carouselambra versus Stairway to Heaven Sunset Sound Mix.
Stairway to Heaven Sunset Sound Mix.
And Aaron?
Carouselambra 20, Sunset Sound 28.
Carouselambra gets a vote. But which way you want to go, Harley?
Carouselambra.
Oh, fuck me right now, because this is my number 2 versus my number 1. So, yeah. And, all right, I'm going to take the decision out of my hands, and I'm going to give it to my number 1, Stairway to Heaven. And, apparently Sportcat loves A Whole Lot of Love, as we all know. But that means Lisa is the tiebreaker. Carouselambra or Stairway to Heaven Sunset Sound Mix?
Well, since it's not Father's Day, even though you already got a present, I'm going with Carouselambra.
Hey, it's my number 2. I ain't going to complain. It makes it through.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And that means the final matchup in this side of round 2 is going to get started off by Aaron. And it's In the Evening Rough Mix versus I Can't Quit You Baby Rhythm and Blues Session.
Number 22 versus number 26. I Can't Quit You Baby takes it.
And Harley?
I Can't Quit You Baby.
You keep saying that. I don't know why.
She's going to put you down for a while.
I mean, she has a way to do that, so you know.
Yeah, a roast.
Oh. And that didn't put me down for shit. I've been roasted worse than that at my fucking job. But Sportcat says Stairway to Heaven for the win. Sorry, buddy, it didn't make it through. But it's not the original version though, so we're not sad.
Yeah,
and this matchup is my number 4 versus my number 31. So I'm giving it to In the Evening because I Can't Quit this versus I Can't Quit Baby was my number fucking 31. So yeah. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I gotta go with I Can't Quit You Baby.
Over In the Evening?
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Over In the Evening Rough Mix, yeah.
I like that rough.
Like the extra words they threw in there?
Apparently no one can quit the sport kitty. Glenn, you have a kitty? What?
I was about to ask the same thing.
I think you might want to rephrase that, buddy. But which way would you have gone, Phil? Even though I Can't Quit You Baby is moving on, unfortunately.
I had In the Evening.
What'd you do?
It was rough, but
rough mix.
It was rough.
No, I Can't Quit You Baby stays, honey.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
My pick loses.
Yeah.
I'm not hating it. It's all good.
That means the other side of round 2 gets started off by Harley, and it's How Many More Times versus Bring It On Home. We have an OG matchup.
Bring It On Home. And he said I keep a pocket kitty for desperate times.
Oh, I got one of those. I haven't touched it since I moved in with my wife. It ain't no desperate times when you're living with your wife, man. I mean, well, that ain't true. But there's kids that distract you from having time to do anything. So, you know, it works. But
like Mike Johnson and his son. You know that story. We'll talk about that on our other podcast.
Yeah.
But that means that is down to me. And how many more times for us Bring It On Home? I gotta find those actually because I hate when they fucking get blended in. I feel like these are all higher though.
This one's a bitch.
Let's see. It's number 11 versus number 15. So I got Bring It On Home takes it for me by a few. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
How many more times?
And Phil?
I mean, both these songs are awesome, but I'm going to hang with Bring It On Home.
And you did Bring It On Home into the quarterfinals. So, but which way would you have gone, Aaron?
How many more times? Number 3, Bring It On Home, number 6.
Close for everybody.
But me wants to come and play.
That means the next matchup is another OG matchup, and it starts off with me, and it's Living Loving Maid, She's Just a Woman versus The Rover, and that's my number 3 versus my number 7, so I gotta go with Living Loving Maid. Which way you want to go, Lisa?
Yep.
Well, I mean, Glenn, if you're lonely in Tennessee by yourself, I'm pretty sure in Tennessee there's some Sasquatches in the woods that might be able to help you. Just saying. I hear they're good friends, but especially down there. But which way you want to go, Phil?
Well, I actually had these in my complicated ranking system. I have these at a dead heat. But when I look at it with emotion, the way Jimmy Page plays his guitar with emotion is what he says. I'm going to go with The Rover.
And Aaron, which way you want to go?
Yep, number 2 versus number 4.
And Harley, that makes you the tiebreaker. Is it Living Loving Maid or The Rover?
Living Loving Maid.
Hey, she's just a woman.
Oh, that kills me. The Rover would have been a great dark horse.
Yeah. Custard Pie and The Rover both winning would have been awesome.
Yeah. Well, whoever wins this part has to face Custard Pie. But
Hey, Glenn, you want to see want an intro to my cousin? She enjoys kayaking, and she just broke up with her girlfriend again. So.
You want to try to convert one, Glenn?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now.
I don't know.
Why'd you offer?
It's kayaking, not dating. There's a difference.
Is that what they call that these days?
Man in the boat, yeah.
Yes, and in this case, it's woman in a boat, but sure.
Glenn says he'll watch.
Okay.
And I mean,
He'll watch the kayaking?
No, that's not what he's talking about. But
submarine races.
There's an OnlyFans for you.
Oh,
lesbian in a kayak.
He's down for naked kayaking.
Ah, got ya.
I mean, like that meme on Facebook. I keep seeing says, hang out with lesbians. A couple drinks turns them back into factory settings. But
no, I don't think so.
It usually doesn't work that way if they're actually lesbians, not bi. But
no, this woman's like 60 something. So.
Yeah, you ain't converting that even with a freaking priest. So yeah. But that means probably was topic on that one. So that means that this one gets started off by Lisa, and it's another OG matchup. I think this actually whole slide is OG matchups. Actually, no, it's not. Not the next one, but it's the Battle of Evermore versus the Lemon Song.
Evermore.
Wow, quick on that one.
Hey, fantasy over a song I didn't really care for.
But Phil, which way do you want to go?
Well, I'm going to move on to the next dark horse. I'm going to go with Battle of Evermore.
I don't think it's going to be the dark horse in this one, honestly. But Aaron, which way you want to go?
Battle of Evermore 8, Lemon Song 16.
Oh, there you go. Evermore moves on and gets the battle on Evermore. But which way would you have gone, Harley?
What were the options?
Evermore versus the Lemon Song.
Evermore.
And we are going to have a fucking sweep because That's my number 10 versus my number 13. Number 10 versus number 13 there. So
Sorry, I got caught in the curtains.
Evermore squeaks through. But that means the final matchup in round 2 gets started off by Phil. And it's You Shook Me from the Playhouse Theater versus The Song Remains the Same OG version.
Oh, that's easy. The song remains the same.
And Aaron?
Yep.
And Harley?
Yep.
And song remains the same. It remains the same in the next round, apparently. But yeah, I don't even have to look at my rankings. I already know song remains the same is higher ranked by a lot over that version of You Shook Me. But are we gonna have a sweep, Lisa?
My note is that this might be the best version of You Shook Me. But it's more Plant Came in his Dunger.
Yeah, You Shook Me. So,
Which means
no sweep.
we avoid the sweep, but it gets a pity. It gets a pity vote. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And round 2 is officially over, and we can go into the quarterfinals. This one's actually going faster than the last one did by a little bit. So,
Yeah.
I think we're all tired. I know. I don't know.
I feel good about this one. I feel like we're on a good pace, and we've had some good points, and the track list is good. I actually think the track list is a shade better overall than the last.
Well, we'll see if that pattern keeps the next one. But that means that Aaron gets to start off the quarterfinals, and it's going to be No Quarter live at MSG versus Whole Lot of Love Top Gear.
Wrong version of Whole Lot of Love moved on. No Quarter is my number 1.
And Harley?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give that a big fight. Yep, as well, because that's 23 versus 29. So No Quarter squeaks by in my rankings. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Being the music expert that I am, Whole Lot of Love. So,
And Phil?
pity vote.
You just want a whole lot of love. That's all.
That's right, baby. Come on, Joe.
No Quarter. No Quarter. No doubt.
You hear that, Lisa? Phil doesn't want No Quarter. He wants that Whole Lot of Love. But
no, he eliminated Whole Lot of Love.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look on his face the first time I purred for him.
I don't want to picture that, actually. I really don't.
No, it was like, what? Did you just purr?
Well, it's better. It should bark too. Should bark too. That's different.
Not during.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Phil's like, am I in that movie, Cat People?
What's the next matchup?
Well, actually, Cat People is one of his favorite movies.
I do like Cat
special
People.
reasons.
Yeah. But the battle Aaron's uncomfortableness, we'll go to the next matchup. But that means the next matchup gets started off by Harley, and it's Carouselambra versus I Can't Quit You, Baby Rhythm and Blues Session.
I can't quit you, baby.
This might be the last time I hear that, hopefully. But yeah, Carouselambra is still my number 2 versus way down the list. I Can't Quit You, Baby at 31. So I'm gonna go Carouselambra, obviously. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Carouselambra.
And Phil?
I actually have one ever so slightly ranked above the other, but I'm not sure I'm going to go that way. I might have to call an audible.
There was no slight with my ranking, so I couldn't pull an audible if I wanted to, and I don't want to.
I got to split this hair. I'm going to go with I Can't Quit You, Baby.
Which means Aaron's the tiebreaker, and I'm pretty sure I know which way his rankings go, but... Did he freeze again?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Carouselambra 20. I Can't Quit You Baby 22.
Yep.
Okay.
That's Carouselambra.
Which means Carouselambra moves into the semifinals. And we get to go the other side of the
Can't want me
quarterfinals.
without it.
We'll see. Actually, no, yeah, you're right. One for you at least. But the other side of the quarterfinals gets started off by me, and it's Bring It On Home versus Living Loving Maid. She's Just a Woman. And that's number 11 versus number 3 for me. So I got to give it to Living Loving Maid. Oh, so my number 2 and number 3 are still in this. Nice. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
Living Loving Maid.
And Phil?
Bring It On Home.
And Aaron?
Living Loving Maid 4. Bring It On Home 6.
Living Loving Maid squeezes by. But which way would you have gone, Harley?
Living Loving Maid.
Yeah, so even if Aaron gave it a tiebreaker, it still would have went the same way.
We're down to it now, right?
Yep. And that now means that we are in the last matchup of the quarterfinals. And it gets started.
Carouselambra continues.
Yep.
It's still there, isn't it?
And this actually might be an interesting matchup for the final match for the quarterfinals. And it gets started off by Lisa. It's the Battle of Evermore versus The Song Remains the Same.
I gotta go. Song Remains the Same.
And Phil?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with my wife on that one.
And Aaron?
Song Remains the Same, number 7. Battle of Evermore, number 8. I just farted it. It's rancid.
Thank you for letting us know.
We never would have known.
And just so you know, he's vegan. So if you've ever had that experience, you understand rancid.
Probably just as bad as if you have gastric bypass.
Yeah, they can get pretty bad. But Harley, which way would you have gone?
Song Remains the Same.
Yeah, I'm avoiding a sweep on this though because Battle of Evermore was ranked 4 higher on mine. So I'll go Battle of Evermore, even though it's a lost cause at this point. That battle has been lost. And the quarterfinals are officially over as we move into the semifinals, which gets started off by Aaron. I'm sorry, Phil. We get started off by Phil. And it's gonna be No Quarter live at MSG versus Carouselambra.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm going No Quarter.
Yup.
Yeah, I already know, Aaron. That's your number 1 ranked. Harley, which way you want to go?
Yep.
Moves on.
Yeah.
I swear, Harley, sometimes I feel like you don't even rank them and you just freaking copy whatever Aaron says every time. But
No, I do. But I don't write them down.
We have a spreadsheet.
I don't have to write them. I don't have to write them down with other brackets, but when it's all the same band over and over again, I have to because songs get mixed in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I make my own damn remixes of songs. Okay.
Which for me, if they get mixed up that much, it's a little bit, that's a point against it. But what do you say?
Especially when you got multiple versions of the same song. But,
right, exactly.
But yeah, Carouselambra was my number 2, so I'll give it a vote so it doesn't die in vain. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Yep.
Yeah, so Carouselambra would have... Damn it, Harley, Carouselambra would have a freaking chance it wasn't for you. Gah.
Good work, Harley. Way to go.
Remind me in the asylum tomorrow to make sure you use extra whips on you. But that means the other side of the semifinals gets started off by Aaron, and it's Living Loving Maid, She's Just a Woman versus The Song Remains the Same.
I heard Living, Loving, Maid versus the song, and then I dropped.
Versus the song remains the same.
Living, Loving, Maid 4, song remains the same 7.
All right, and Harley?
Living, Loving, Maid.
And I'm going to give that a big fat yup because it is my number 3 still. My number 3 is still in it. So,
Wow.
versus a lot. It's going to be going against a lot lower ranking in my mind. But, well, not a lot lower ranking. I think I'm the wrong song here. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Living, Loving, Maid.
And Phil, you going to be the odd man out?
No, I'm going to vote for my song. You know, it doesn't matter.
The odd man out.
Yeah. Yes, I am going to be odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means that the semifinals are officially over. And that means that Carly gets to start off the 3rd and 4th place matchup for this part. And it's going to be number 92 ranked Carouselambra versus number 33 ranked The Song Remains the Same.
Carouselambra.
Yep, I agree with that 100% because it's still my number 2. But which way would you go, Lisa?
Yep.
And Carouselambra does get to at least take home 3rd place today. But which way would you have gone, Phil?
Song remains the same.
Yep.
And Aaron? Yep. Yeah.
Oh, 3-2.
Which means I get to start off the finals. And the finals are going to be number 96 ranked No Quarter, live at MSG 1973, versus number 38 ranked Living, Loving, Maid, She's Just a Woman. And that's my number 23 ranked versus my number 3. So I got to go with my number 3, Living, Loving, Maid. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
She's just a woman to me.
And when you said that, all I hear in my head is, whoa, 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 she's a lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I hear in my head when you say that. But
honestly, that's what I hear. I don't know.
But
yeah.
Phil, which way you want to go?
I'm going to go with No Quarter.
And Aaron?
Yep.
And Harley, that means you are the tiebreaker once again in the finals.
What was the option? Sorry, was dealing with the child.
No Quarter or Living, Loving, Maid.
Fuck them kids.
Living, Loving, Maid.
Which means Living, Loving, Maid takes 1st place for this part and gets its chance to go against the winner
Imagine
of
if it
the
had
last.
Heartbreaker connected to it.
That version, if that version was on a CD, actually, it might be on here. So who knows? But I don't even remember I don't remember all 235 fucking songs on this. So it could be on here somewhere.
There aren't. There's only like 100 songs.
Well, 235 different versions of different songs. But that means in our grand finale matchup this week, which gets started off by Lisa, it's going to be number 47 ranked last part's winner, Custard Pie, versus number 38 ranked Living, Loving, Maid, She's Just a Woman.
I think
remember Custard Pie?
Not really. Which one do you like better?
That's cheating now.
Weren't you gonna save him Slice?
Yeah,
Custard Pie. Okay, I do remember it now. Let's go with Custard Pie. Let's put in a vote for Cunnilingus over Groupies.
Cunnilingus of a Living, Loving, Maid, yes. But Phil, which way you want to go?
Yeah, that's tough. That's really, I guess it's supposed to be, right? So I would not have thought I would not have thought Custard Pie would go this far.
Mm-hmm.
But in Living, Loving, Maid is part of the legend of the band or whatever.
Custard Pie was my number 1 in the last bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. You obviously had more ambition for it
confidence
than
in
I did. But I do like it. I do like it better than Living Loving Maid sounds like it does sound older.
Sounds like half the song.
It does sound like half a song, and it sounds like something from the '60s. That's not a bad thing. But Custard Pie just is more energetic. It's more of a rocker. Custard Pie.
Oh, and Aaron, which way you want to go?
Absolutely, Custard Pie.
Which means Custard Pie keeps its status as the grand winner for another part. But Harley, which way would you have gone?
Custard Pie.
Yeah, I will be the odd man out here because looking back at my rankings from last part, Custard Pie was my number 5 or 6 in the last part. Living Loving Maid was my number 3 on this part, so I'll throw one for Living Loving Maid because it was higher ranked in the part it was on.
Yeah, but it was different competition too.
It was different competition, but still, I mean, it was still Custard Pie was number 5 or 6, and against, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
What though? The 4 above it might have been better than.
It got beat out by Gallows Pole, In the Evening, Friends, the Bombay Orchestra version, Traveling Riverside Blues, and Royal Orleans last part.
Friends, the Bombay Orchestra version. So many things wrong with that phrase.
I like the Bombay Orchestra version of these songs. What can I say? I have a thing for Indian music. I like sitars.
Remember Dr. Bombay from Bewitched?
Mm-hmm.
Blame it on my love of Moulin Rouge and the sitar used in that, but maybe. But
yeah, he spent a lot of time with their foot in his hand.
It shouldn't be in the bracket. It's not Led Zeppelin.
Well, that means it's classified on Spotify as being Led Zeppelin, so that's why it's in the bracket.
Well, they wrote it,
but they wrote it, and they apparently they still want their name on it, apparently. But
did they put that on one of the extended versions of a CD? I guess they must have. Coda.
They had, it had to be. I think it was on Coda, but that means, folks, for this part, in 4th place, it's number 33 ranked. The song remains the same. In 3rd place, number 92 ranked, Carouselambra. Should have been 1st or 2nd at least. But in 2nd place,
sounds about right.
In 2nd place, number 96 ranked, No Quarter live at MSG 1973. And in 1st place, number 38 ranked, Living Loving Maid. She's just a woman.
Well, still got the OG No Quarter out there. So,
where does Custard Pie come into it now since it won?
It moves on to the winner of next week's number 1.
Okay. Yep.
Does Living Loving Maid also move on?
No, just Custard Pie.
Custard Pie just beat it. We just voted on it.
Okay. I wasn't 100% on the rules.
She wants to understand the rules. It's okay. I appreciate the want to understand. But that means in 2 weeks, folks, we'll be doing the next part, and with the highest ranked song being number 25. So we're getting closer to the end. And some new songs next part, as well as some repeat with different versions. But the good news is, and just make sure I'm right about this before I say it. Oh, actually, next part we'll have 2 play-ins. So there's 34 songs in the next part. And
what are the 2 play-ins? Custard Pie and?
No. That's not play-in.
Oh.
That's a grand finale matchup.
No, there's going to be 2 alternative versions of.
Actually,
hats off to Roy Harper.
Are they included on the list? Because I hate not being able to listen to the play-ins.
The play-ins are always on the list. Always.
Oh, okay.
But
sometimes the song comes in and I'm like, wait a minute, what?
We had one play-in today and last week. We'll have 2 next week.
Yep. But actually both play-in matchups next part have OG songs in them. So we're getting to the point where OG songs are making more of an appearance. And I can officially say it since I just confirmed it. We are finally going to get to a part with no damn Moby Dick. Call me Ahab because I'm sick of that fucking whale. But Lisa, Aaron, Phil, where can they find you guys?
Did we have the Zeppelin 2 version yet?
That might be further down on the other parts.
What, Moby Dick?
Yeah.
We haven't heard that yet, I don't think.
It probably is down in like part 6 or 7, I'm sure. But where can they find you 3?
At pod, just like it shows under our lovely faces right here. That's the handle. You'll find us. If you do a web search for that, you'll find us. If you go to YouTube or X or even Instagram or TikTok, when you search that, you'll find us.
And also, you can, if you're interested in our moderate liberal semi-rants, we're very nice. We'd love to talk to a person.
Moderate or liberal?
Moderate liberal. Moderate/liberal.
That's not me.
Huh?
No, that's not Aaron.
Not
Okay.
me.
Liberal/moderate. Aaron gets first billing. I feel like I'm more of a moderate personally, and I believe that we're kind of in between with the rest. So we're on that side. Okay. So if a MAGA person wants to come on and genuinely talk to us and give real opinions and support those opinions, we would love to talk to you on Political Cadence.
And
Also, we have joined
the Antisocial Network, as has Jeremy.
Mhm.
not
So-
with this podcast just yet, but with other
Not
podcasts.
this one, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So you can find us. Both of our versions of both of our podcasts are available on the Antisocial Network.
No.
Oh no.
On YouTube.
Okay.
The political show is not on the Antisocial Network.
Oh, never mind.
but
Mhm.
and I gotta ask, on the next episode of Political Cadence, are you going to be covering the breakup between Mommy and Daddy?
Oh,
Republican?
oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll probably be. In the
I haven't seen a breakup like that since junior high.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a breakup like that.
I live for it. I just live for it.
I
I'm
haven't
like,
seen-
yeah.
I haven't seen a breakup like that since my parents divorced. But where can they find you, Harley? Besides from
On
everything
the Asylum with Harley and Joker and the Mod Squad Network, which is on both of them are on everything.
And Harley, remind me again, what do we got coming up next weekend?
Let's see.
I really have to look at the
I don't
schedule.
know.
That's your wrestling theme songs?
No, that's at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
I think next weekend is our 1950 something bracket.
1954.
What are we doing next? Oh, I don't think we're available next Saturday.
No, we might not be.
No, because that's Philip's birthday. Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
It is also the Orange Sickle's birthday, and he is throwing a parade for Philip. And we're going to go to that parade with a big old sign.
Well, we're not going to Washington, but
Well, here in Cincinnati, there is a parade here
right.
in Cincinnati. I don't know if they're doing the official June 14th parade, and we're going to protest the parade, or if we're just going to protest. But we are, going to be carrying a sign that says 8647.
Of course, we do have another offer to just go get shit-faced at a German Brauhaus festival.
Now that sounds fun. That sounds fun. But
we'll be doing.
It's called Schützenfest, and it celebrates marksmanship. So there will be targeting practice and beer. Always a great combination.
That's a great combo right there. But that's right, folks. Be sure to check out the pod next Saturday for Lisa's rendition of "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" live. But you can find Maniacal Music. Check out Maniacal Music Musings everywhere you find your podcasts. On Facebook, we are represented by bipedal Sasquatch, Rainbow Arcturians use the internet for some reason, named Squatchy Largefoot. And who knows? Maybe he was trained by my parallel self. Apparently, I have a parallel self who's Arcturian. I can't explain shit. But you can also find us
parallel worlds, baby.
You can also find us on X and the Gram as that Juggalo Bastard. And you can find us on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings and see all 150 plus episodes of specials and regular episodes. And
wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. But You can also find us basically everywhere. Just Google and find. And come back in 2 weeks to see the next part of the Led Zeppelin bracket and check out our regular schedule episode this Tuesday. Have a good night. A good rest of your night, everybody.
Bye.
And
You
Bye.
too. Bye.